Hi friends, Anastasia Grace here, international choreographer and belly dancer. And welcome to my new series, How to Belly Dance in 30 Days. Whether you're just getting started or you want to practice that move just a little bit more, you've come to the right place. Each day I'll release a new video for 30 days breaking down basic belly dance movements. We'll even do some choreography and some combinations and play with some props. So come back every day to get your new video or check out the playlist or binge watch at your convenience. Either way, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can get notified every time I put out a new video. Also drop some comments. Let me know how you're doing. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to today's lesson. Let's get started. Today we're going to talk about our basic hip movement, our hip bumps. Now I have seen these called piston hips. I've seen them called vertical hip slides, but these are our basic hip movements. I will break it down for you. I'll show you how to travel with them, and we'll talk about some variations, and then we'll practice with the music. Let's get started. Like with every belly dance movement, we want to start with our good posture. So tuck that in, lift that up, roll that back. Now when you're dealing with the hips, you want to have a nice slight little bend in your knee. If your knees are straight, it's really kind of hard to go anywhere. So give yourself a nice little bend. We're going to start by lifting that hip. We're going to lift it up. Now I'm not taking my foot off the floor. I'm not doing this. Right? I'm not scrunching, I'm not moving, I'm just lifting that hip. And as I do, I'm going to squeeze here. I'm squeezing my obliques and a little bit of squeeze back here. We don't want to squeeze too much because that pushes us forward and we don't want that. So let's go back here. Lift. Now when you go to the other side, this hip will come down and this will come up in the same manner. Lift. Try that again. Lift, lift, lift. A little faster. Lift, 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 lift. Wonderful. And you can travel with these. You can move forward, you can move back to the side. Let's try it by moving forward. When you step with the foot, that's going to be the same hip that's going to move with you. So step with the hip. Step with the hip. Step with the hip. Same when you're going back. The foot that moves is also the hip that lifts. So hip, 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 hip. Let's try that again a little bit faster. Forward and then back for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. 2, 3, 4. And that's how you can travel. All right, I promised you a couple of variations, so if you're ready to move on, let's take it to the next. You can also do these in a wide-legged stance. So your feet are a little bit, they can be hip width or a little bit more like mine are. Again, good posture, tuck, lift, roll, and hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And nothing has changed. I'm still squeezing here, slight squeeze here, little bend in the knee. I just have a different stance. Now the next variation brings it to a one-legged. So now your weight has shifted. Before, your weight was nice and even on your feet. Now you shift. This leg is straight, this one is slightly bent, and this time you would just do it with the one hip, the hip that is facing out. Hip, 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 hip. Let's try it to the other side. Shift your weight, and hip, 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 hip. Good. Again, shift, hip, 2, 3, 4, and shift, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. Let's try it to the music. For the music, we'll stand still, do our regular hips. We'll go forward, we'll come back. We'll do it wide-legged, and we'll do it to the side. Follow along with me. Okay, here we go. Don't forget about your posture. Tuck, lift, down. 5, 6, 7, 8, and hips. And forward. And forward. And back. And wide leg. And hips to the side. Side. Really great work today. Practice as much as you need. Come back tomorrow for something new.